All right, so I'm presenting on Jarvis. Thank you, Kenny. So I'm presenting on Jarvis. Jarvis is a red team tool that I wrote. Um, so base first, who am I? I live in Webster. I'm a first year. I use Mac. Uh, and here's some pictures. So who is Jarvis? So Jarvis is basically Iron Man's AI, and like that's where the name came from. The name originally came. Well, Anthony was gonna write a different red team tool that he told me the name of. So obviously, I know. So basically, I decided I'd base mine off that, and I'd call it Jarvis, because I wanted this one to be able to control both Windows and Linux, and be able to have access to all the different machines in any competition topology. So the idea was that it would set up a Discord server, and each team would be in a separate category and have each separate text channel for each IP of that team. And it would do this given the number of teams and the number of like different IPs with X labeled like as the team number. The goals were to learn Discord bots, learn Go, because a lot of Discord bots are written in Go. So I'd researched whether to write it in Go or Rust. Rust seemed like a little bit of a pain, so I figured I'd just do it in Go for now. So also another idea was I wanted the C2 to be able I wanted to be able to access it through my phone, so it'd be like I wouldn't need my computer on me. I also looked up Discord bots and Discord C2s, and I saw Emmanuel's talk on the RIT-Sec YouTube channel. I watched that. He had a little bit different implementation than the one I did. And then also Max's talk on Obi last week was also pretty helpful, just because it got like the basics of Discord bots. And then after that, just adding a little bit of implementation is all I really did. So Jarvis talks through Discord, saves you the hassle of trying to have two different files. Well, I still have two different files, but it creates a server. So Discord, when I send a message, the bot will check it, and if it has the correct prefix, do the command and output the result. So in theory, it should allow you to control any computer, Linux or Windows. Also, because it be on your phone, you can just be behind the blue teamers and then just type in the command, and it'll do the thing and output the thing. So you could just like watch the entire score check go red from your phone right behind them. So the two steps, or like the basic two steps, are number one, I wanted to be like I didn't want to manually make up a Discord server every single time for a different competition, so I figured I should just have a bot that does that for me. So what Jarvis does, he sets up a competition topology. There should be a picture in the next slide of basically different channels and different groups, and then after that, it sets up. Then the client will then look at the configuration file and then figure out which channel it represents and which one it should look at, and then it only responds to that channel, so it doesn't respond to a random different ping I'm trying to do or something. So setup. So basically, with the exclamation setup command, it expects the number of teams and then the IPs again. And basically, it just checks if I gave it the valid input, basic like Python and Go programming. Just look for input, and then after that, it just creates channels, as many as I give teams, and it would look something like what the Discord thing on over there looks like. It would just have different teams and then different IPs channels for each one. And then the client will look through a file. The file is literally just a text file that looks like this. It'll go through, so when it's first setting up, when you first run it, it'll run setup, and basically what that does, it sets up the client making. So it first just runs ifconfig or ipconfig. It just gets the IP address in whichever way. And then once it has the IP address of the box it's running on, it'll then look at the channel ID, which was saved to this file from the creation of the text channel. And then it'll only respond to pings from that channel. So do we have any questions? Yep. So I got the idea Saturday, and then I worked on it all of Sunday, and then a little bit of Monday, and then after that, it was pretty much done. I just did a little bit of tweaks after that, just like making the code cleaner and stuff like that, and then I got that to work. That's what mine looks like. But I mean, it probably no. I mean, it works. Push to main, and it does the job, and it's just me doing it, and I know which one works and like where it does stopped working, so I could go back if need be. I'm. I, Now, if you were working with multiple people, no, you should probably do like a pull request and then like issues and then like try to fix that through Git, and it would look cleaner, like from the outside. Yep. You had another question? Yeah, no. Right now, so basically, so far, I'm still not completely done with it. So when I run a command and it requires privileges, so like sudo, and it's just errors and it doesn't actually return me the prompt to enter a sudo password or something. So that's one thing I want to fix, and then after that, I'll see. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, yeah. Oh, well, the configuration file, I could just give it the prefix that my rootkit already hides, which I do right now. Like the rootkit's not deployed, but if it was, it would hide this, and I could also just send my entire folder there and then just give it the prefix, and it'll just hide that too, and therefore you won't be able to access it from as a blue teamer from their device. Um, and then if there aren't any questions, I can give a real quick demo on it. Okay. Um, so on the right hand side, your right hand side, there's a Vagrant box with the client, right? And then on the left hand side, there's my box with the actual main bot that sets up the server. So if I run and the bot's running, I just go to Discord, go to the whatever server, and then I can give it whatever. Oh, so if I give it a command, I give it the number of teams, number of IPs, it creates the thing for me. And then, so right now at least, it updates the config file here. And I also need the updated configuration file here. Otherwise, the client bot won't know where to look. So I'll just copy paste it for now. But the idea is that when I'm gonna deploy, I would have already run the server, like the setting up the server. So when I push or when I just send my file, it'll have this configuration file up to date. If I run the bot here, the bot should be listening. Oh, real quick. So the IP of this box is it should be 10.0.2.15. And that's why I chose to just make it this, so then we can have a couple of extra teams. And then this is the one that has the client running, or would have the client running. So if I run this, and I try to just do something else over here, like if I give it a command and I tell it to do ls, nothing would happen because the bot it doesn't care about what I send to the other channels. But when I send ls to this one, it does the command and returns the output. Another neat little feature I saw, which Emmanuel was talking about in his talk, was that Discord had a limit of about 2,000 characters if you don't have Nitro. I didn't really want to pay for Nitro right now, so if I run ifconfig or something that has more than 2,000 or 2,000 characters, it should send as a file, which, okay, that doesn't have 2,000 characters. Oh yeah, tree. Yeah. Come on now, Sarah. Oh wow, man. Man probably wouldn't work because it's interactive. Yeah. Tactile. Oh, okay. Yeah. So output too long, sends a file, expand that. Uh, yeah. So that's all it does right now. Yeah.